Hey, thanks so much for finding the video. Do us a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. Be sure to leave your comment. We love to interact. Enjoy the video. I was really excited to kind of go through what had been leaked today, because typically with the NFL schedule release, on the day of the schedule release, typically we'll have some games leaked. Like the NFL did release the week 1 games. So we knew what the NFL week 1 was going to look like. The Cowboys will open up at the Buccaneers for the NFL's kickoff game, as has been customary since 2003. Actually, the Bucs were the first defending champ after the 02 season to open the next season with that NFL kickoff. Super Bowl champions are 13-3 in that game. So the NFL season will kick off Thursday, September the 9th, with Dallas, the return of Dak Prescott, at the Buccaneers. So we knew the Saints were going to open up at home against Green Bay. So you kind of start seeing point spreads leaked out, and it was interesting that, by the way, the early line for the Packers at Saints week 1, Saints 1.5-point favorite in that ball game. Maybe that's Vegas hedging a little bit on the Aaron Rodgers situation. Perhaps, I mean, if Aaron Rodgers isn't back, if Aaron Rodgers is quarterbacking Green Bay, you've got to think that Green Bay would be a road favorite against New Orleans. Maybe they're hedging a bit here to say, what if Aaron Rodgers isn't in Green Bay? There's been some speculation that maybe Aaron Rodgers ends up in Denver. Well, Denver week 1 is on the road at the Giants, and Denver's a 1-point favorite, 1-point road favorite in that game. Perhaps that's a little bit of a tell to what Vegas might be thinking. So anyway, we knew that was coming. There was some talk about the Saints having 5 primetime games. So some of those things leak. But David Klingler tweeted a bit ago the entire leaked schedule for the Saints.
It's Dov Kleeman.
That's what I said.
No, you said Dave. There's no A. It's Dov Kleeman.
Exactly what I said, Muse. TJ Hushmadilla. So we got like Muse said, Dave Cloninger leaked the entire schedule, and it's crazy because it's a photo of a sheet of paper, and it says across the photo, NFL Confidential prepared for the New Orleans Saints. Well, Dizzy Clonerberger,
Dov Kleeman.
Nobody knows who that is, Muso. Like, have you ever heard that guy's name before today?
I'll be honest, no, but I learned it because I heard it.
Paul, have you heard Doug?
Dov, D-O-V, Kleeman.
Yeah.
Dov Kleeman.
Yeah. Doug Clydesdale. Have you heard of him before?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, he's got a blue check, and he's got 54,000 followers. Maybe he bought both. I have no idea. But he somehow got all this information. So he started tweeting pictures of the leaked schedule. So we know now in its entirety the Saints schedule. They will open up. This is according to this sheet here from
Dov Kleeman.
Saints will open up against the Packers, 325 in the Dome. As a 1-point favorite, I will be very curious to see what that looks like. Do you have some bed music when I go through this? Get me the NFL Films bed music, Moose. What's it? The one that's like preparing for battle. What's it called? Or battle something?
Classic battle.
Classic. But let me hear it. If this is it, you're probably gonna get it.
Yeah.
Just let me know whenever you're ready. So the Saints will open up against Green Bay, 325 in the Dome. Oh, there it is. Is there any soundtrack that feels more NFL?
It's just not.
Epic Battle is what it's called, right?
A classic battle.
Classic Battle. Okay, I thought it was Epic Battle. Anyway, I love this song. Saints, Packers, week 1. Will Rodgers be there? Don't know. Saints, a 1-point favorite. Week 2, the Saints go to Carolina for a divisional matchup against the Panthers. This will be the first look at the newly shaped Carolina offense with Sam Darnold under center. Offseason makeover, year 2 under Matt Rule. How does Carolina look the first road game for the Saints? From Carolina, back-to-back road games, as the Saints will then go to New England for a noon kickoff. The Tom Brady-less, of course, Patriots. Very likely that Cam Newton will be the starting quarterback, or could the Saints potentially see Mac Jones week 3? Who knows, but the Saints will be in New England week 3. They'll come back home in week 4 against the Giants. The G-Men. We'll see what the Giants might look like this season, but the Saints will go home, road, home with an NFC East game. And then in week 5, they'll go back on the road, but staying in the NFC East at the Washington football team, which I think is going to be one of the most intriguing teams in the NFL this year. They obviously had issues at quarterback last year. Dwayne Haskins cut. They wound up playing Alex Smith. Look, Ron Rivera is a fantastic football coach. The defense was actually really good at points last year. They made the playoffs, for God's sakes. Is Washington ready to take a step forward? So 3 of the first 5 for the Saints are on the road. Week 6, the Saints have their bye. I like where the bye is positioned. Although in a 17-game NFL season, it does feel early. Coming off the bye, as good as the Saints have been, coming off the bye under Sean Payton, the Saints will go to Seattle for Monday Night Football. I forgot our little sound effect there, Muse. My bad. Do you think Dusty Clydesdale knows?
It's Dov Kleeman.
Do you think he knows all about sound effects?
Yes.
From Seattle, the Saints will play the defending champs in the Dome on Halloween. That's a 3:25 kickoff. Halloween's on a Sunday this year. That kind of stinks. So the kids got to go trick-or-treat on a Sunday night with school the next day? And on an NFL Sunday, too?
Tough to have a Halloween party on a Sunday.
And you know what? They're probably going to do it during daylight, like 5 o'clock is when trick-or-treat's going to start. It's going to be at like halftime of this game. I'm not going trick-or-treating. I'll tell you that much. Eric can wheel Drew around in a wagon. I'm not doing it. I'm watching the Saints. I'm probably going to be drinking Sazerac Rye whiskey. So I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be buzzed. I might even fire up a Facebook Live after it. All dressed up in my Halloween costume. Who knows?
What's your Halloween costume?
I don't know. Erica will tell me. We always match.
Oh, yeah, couple's costume type.
Well, and Drew. Like, we have to match him.
Family costume.
Like,
Love
if
it.
he's... So, like, Drew one year was an astronaut. So, Eric and I wore NASA T-shirts. You know. Drew was a skeleton one year. So, I wore a skeleton T-shirt. I'm not going any further than that. Like, you want me to have a themed T-shirt or something? Okay. I'm not going any further than that. Saints stay in the division November the 7th against Atlanta, and then back on the road against the Tennessee Titans. That's the added game, a noon kickoff on CBS. The Saints, for the second time, will go back-to-back road games. They are at the Philadelphia Eagles. Those 2 games are certainly worth watching because in November you could be talking about cold weather games. However, cold weather games on the road late this year may not be as big of a deal anymore without Drew Brees. We made such a big deal out of that because of Drew Brees, arm strength late, and his career, cold weather. That might be a problem. Maybe not a problem anymore. So then the Saints will have a short week. They will play on a holiday on Thanksgiving at home against the Buffalo Bills, another playoff team from a year ago. One interesting twist in this schedule. After the Thursday game against the Bills, so short week on the road at Philly, short week home against the Bills, another Thursday night game, this time regular Thursday night football at home against the Dallas Cowboys. So back-to-back Thursday night games, then the Saints will get a long week before they go to the New York Jets. We'll get a look at the new-look New York Jets, and at that point, you'll see rookie quarterback Zach Wilson in Week 14. And then Week 15, the Saints on Sunday Night Football at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Could very well be Jameis Winston starting in Tampa against his former team and the defending champions. After Christmas, the Saints will play Monday Night Football on December the 27th against the Miami Dolphins. And then, as the NFL has started to do, finishing the schedule with divisional games. It obviously has divisional races there down the home stretch. So the final 2 weeks, weeks 17 and 18, as odd as that sounds, home against Carolina and at the Atlanta Falcons to wrap up the schedule. So there is your spoiler alert for the New Orleans Saints schedule. Things that I often look at, when do you go back-to-back road games? You do it twice, at Carolina, at New England in weeks 2 and 3. And then you go at Tennessee, at Philadelphia in weeks 10 and 11. Forgive me, you do it again in December, at the Jets, at the Bucks in weeks 14 and 15. So 3 times during the year, the Saints have to go back-to-back road games, and technically they do it in week 5 and week 7, but the bye is mixed in there. I like that. 5 primetime games for New Orleans. They do not have to go to London, as we already knew, which is good. And the Falcons do have to go to London, and that's a home game against the Jets for the Falcons. So Atlanta's only going to have 7 games this year at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They have 10 games away from home, amazingly. So that's a big benefit to New Orleans and the rest of the division. If you were thinking Atlanta could maybe make a charge after being a 4-win team a year ago, the schedule does not fall in Atlanta's favor. And, of course, the Saints will finish up the season in Atlanta. So a couple spoiler there, courtesy of Dirk Kotterman.
Dov Kleeman.
Oh. Dig Diggler.
Dov Kleeman.
Yeah. Well, he leaked the Saints schedule. So you got it a day earlier than you thought you would, and still kind of geeked about it. We'll see what the rest of the NFL schedule looks like when it's released this evening on ESPN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.